Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'll be teaching you how to sew a shawl lapel jacket. To draft this jacket, I place my paper on fold and I measure 3.5 at the upper part of this paper, and after that I used my ruler to connect the points together. So this 3.5 that I have just measured, that's the space we have there, is where I will draft the back collar. Then from this part I'm going to measure 3 inches down. Now these 3 inches that I'm measuring out, this is where the lapel would be. So before drafting the basic block, it is very important that I outline these extended parts for the lapel and for the back collar. So this is me measuring my armhole depth, which is 7, and then I'm just going to draw this line to extend it. At the top I measured 2.5 for the neck width and also 2.5 for the neck depth. So I'm going to connect with a curve, that's the neck depth to the neck width. I'm going to connect the shoulder to the shoulder slope there. I came down by 1 inch. I'll just go ahead and divide my armhole depth into 2. I'm dividing by 2 and that is 3.5. So I'll come in there by 0.7 and then I'm just going to draw a curved line to connect those points together. So this is it. Then from this part I'm going to measure my bust point, which is 9.5. After measuring that, I'm just going to connect with a straight line using my ruler. Once I'm done connecting my bust points, I would go to the next part, which is the under bust, and I'm going to measure 13 there. So after measuring 13, like I did for the bust points, I'm going to connect with a straight line using my ruler as well. Thereafter, I'm going to mark my waist length. The waist length for this tutorial is 16, and this is what I'm doing. I marked 16 there, and then I will connect also with a straight line. So now that we have these lines all marked out, I'm going to go out by 1 inch for my under bust measurement. That is, I'm going to measure out 1 inch there, and at my waist measurements as well, I'm going to measure out 1 inch, and I'm just going to connect, extend the line as you can see. So this part that I've just done here is for the button. If you want your button to extend down, you can measure out 1 inch at the base, but I want my button to end here. See the way my tape is placed? I'm going to draw a straight line from the part that I extended under my bust through to the top. So you can see the neck width has changed. The 0.2 inches has been added to it because of this line that I drew to the top. So that is how it should be. So at the neck depth there, I'm going to go out by 2.5 inches. So this is optional. You can alter this if you like. You can go out by 2 inches, you can go out by 1.5, you can go out by 3, but for this tutorial I'll be going out by 2.5 inches. After marking this, I'm going to connect from the under bust part, that's the extended area where the button would be. I'm going to draw a curve to almost the midpoint, and then I'm going to use my ruler to draw a straight line like this. Then after this, I'm going to measure the top part. The top part gave me 5.2 inches. I'm going to measure what we'll be having at the back, which is 2.5 plus the back depth, which is 1. That should be about 3.5 inches. So I'll rule that out. When I'll be transferring this to my clothes, I'll be adding the seam allowance to it. Remember what we measured at the neck width then was 2.5, and the lapel 2.5, that is 5. Then the 0.2 inch that the straight line added to it, that means 5.2 inches is what I marked at the topmost part of the paper. After that, I used a curved line to connect the 2.5 inches that I drew for my lapel to the 5.2 inches that I measured at the topmost part of this paper. Then at the base of this paper, I'm going to go in by 1 inch. This is also optional. If you want yours to be straight, then you can just keep it straight, but I just wanted this to have a slight slant at the base there, so that is why I'm doing this. Next, I'll be marking my bust measurements, which is my bust circumference divided by 4. That is 35 divided by 4. That gave me 8.75. Then under my bust is 28 divided by 4. That gave me 7. I have the same measurement for the waist, which is also 7. Then the hip line, I have 35 divided by 4. That is 8.75. At the waist, I'm going to add 1 inch to what I measured out before, so that's gonna give me 8 inches. Then the reason I added this 1 inch is because I'm going to be drafting out my darts here, and I'll be using up 1 inch. So at the waist there, I'm going to divide 7 by 2, that is 3.5. So I will mark that out here. Then I'm going to mark 0.5 at both sides of what I marked before. I'm going to mark 3.5 at my bust point and also at the hip line. Then I'm going to connect with a straight line using my ruler. After connecting this with a straight line, the 0.5 inch that I have marked out, I'm going to connect it down to the hip line this way and also connect to the bust points. What I've done here, I'm going to repeat at the other side. Now this is the dart. The 1 inch I added to the waist has been used up while drafting out these darts. So after drafting out these darts, I'm going to go down by 2 inches from my bust point line. I'm going to go down by 2 inches and I'm going to connect that 2 inches to my darts. After connecting that, I'm going to open up my waist darts so that the dart at the bust area will be free. So what I want to do is I want to transfer this bust dart to my main dart. Yes, like I do not want this to appear on my clothes, so that is why I want to transfer this to the main dart there. So when I was cutting this paper, I did not cut through it. I just ensured I cut close enough to the main dart there. So I'm just going to tape this down. After taping it down, I'm going to use my ruler to reconnect the line because the line is no longer the way it used to be. So I'm going to connect this. After connecting that, I try to erase any pointy edges there by drawing a slight curve, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut my pattern out. Please, if you're here to subscribe, I would like you to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, share the video, drop your comments in the comment section, and kindly turn on your notification bell to get updated whenever we post new videos like this. After cutting this pattern, I went straight to tape the darts line in place. As you can see, I wanted you to see what it would look like once it is being transferred to your clothes and sewn. This is what it should look like. So while taping this, I ensured the waistline on this part of the paper aligns with the waistline on the other parts, the bust line and on the bust line, everything is in place. So here is the back pattern. I have gone in by 1 inch for the neck depth and neck width is 2.5. Then at the base there, I went in by 0.5 just to snatch that a little. So I'm just going to cut all of this out. We don't have so much difference. The armhole that I use for the back is the same thing I used at the front. It's just that I went in at the midpoint of the armhole by 0.5 instead of 0.7. Then the length of the front piece is 21 inches, but the length of the back piece is going to be 19 inches because of the 2 inches that I removed from my bust area. So you can see how well this looks, how beautiful this looks. So I'm just going to cut out the neck area and show you how the placement will look like when you want to sew. So shoulder to shoulder, this is it. After sewing the shoulder, after joining them together, then the back neck would be attached to the extended parts that we have at the top there. Thank you so much for watching.